maxing, relaxing, and attracting your best life. It looks that way, yo, because when I was looking at the astrology and solar lineup for this week for you guys, it looks like this is going to be a great week, or it certainly has the potential to. We have a full moon in Gemini on December 7th at 11:09 p.m. Could be the 8th, depending on where you at in the world. But this full moon is coming up in your 10th house, Virgo, and Mars is in Gemini with the full moon, so they're conjunct. Mars is retrograde right now until June the 12th. Mars is the planet of passion, aggression, anger, war, but also, the get up and go, the drive. Again, Mars is the planet or ruler of Aries. Aries is the first house of the zodiac, the I am, the all about self. So, Mars, of course, would be, our drive, our action, our get up and go, like I said earlier. The thing about Mars retrograde, though, is it can make you feel a little more tired or sluggish. Maybe the get up and go has went. Or it could be lighting a fire under your butt, making you want to accomplish things or making you feel pressure to step into something new, since it is the first house, all about beginnings and start. Mars also rules Scorpio, which is all about our subconscious mind, our shadow, eighth house energy. Since the moon and Mars, though, this full moon particularly will be activating your 10th house energy. That's potential for greatness right there. 10th house is all about your career. It rules, or it is the house of fame and your reputation, long-term goals, structure, your status. It also rules masculinity, fathers, things of that nature. 10th house is one of the most popular houses of the zodiac because, again, it rules fame and fortune, how you would show up in the world as far as your career. So many of you may be starting new careers or finishing up school or making changes in that area, since technically we've had a lot of activation going through our ninth and seventh and eighth houses. I know the eclipses have been going through our Virgo. The eclipses have been going through your ninth and third houses. Taurus, the north node, where we're headed in life, is in your ninth house right now. So right before 10, which again, ninth house rules higher education. So many of you may have started school or have changed career. It rules travel, wisdom, philosophy, religion, law. So a lot of you may have changed philosophy or stepped into a new mindset regarding religion or organizations or outdated ways of thinking, government issues. You may have been traveling because ninth house rules travel. The south node, of course, with the eclipses, there's always the north node where you're trying to head towards, and then the south node is where you're coming from. So the south node has been transiting your third house, which is also thinking, studying. Third house is the house of Gemini. Ninth house is the house of Sagittarius, where the sun is right now. So third house energy would be all about the mind, communication, social activities, deep thinking, talking, writing, all things that do with Gemini and the mind. Gemini is also ruled by Mercury, which also rules Virgo. So Gemini is the mutable energy of the air signs, whereas Virgo is the mutable energy of the earth signs. And all that means is that, think mutable is all about changing, mutations, transformation. Mutation is all about expansion. So, again, this year you may have been focused on expanding, either mentally, career-wise, all things that do with Virgo, health, wealth, discipline. What else is going on? Jupiter just stationed direct When Jupiter goes direct, it usually leaves some type of gift or reward if you've, used the energy wisely while it was in retrograde. Jupiter is currently in Pisces, which would be your seventh house energy, and going into Aries, which is your eighth house. So seventh house, of course, deals with relationships, marriage, contracts, business partners, equality, sharing. So while Jupiter has been transiting your seventh house, you may have started a new relationship or ended a relationship. Relationships aren't always, sexual, of course. So it could be, starting a new relationship with, a new friend at work, or meeting someone, a mentor, a new guide. Uh, since it is about to go into Aries in the next month, or the next month, I believe it will be going into Aries. Jupiter, again, is the planet of expansion and good luck, positivity. It is the ruling planet of Sagittarius. Eighth house energy also deals with merging other people, shared finances. So I thought that was very interesting, since I have one of my good friends is a Virgo. Relationships, marriage, all those things fall in the seventh house, where Jupiter just stationed direct last week or so. Eighth house, where it's headed to, deals again with sex and death, rebirth, transformation. Also deals with property, joint ventures. So hey, you might be starting a business in real estate or dealing with property, things like that. Since again, this full moon happening on Wednesday is going to be activating and lighting up your 10th house. 10th house again is all about career and long-term future. So use all the knowledge that you've gained, while Jupiter was transiting your 7th house, and you were learning about building stronger relationships and being more open-minded and more considerate and compassionate of other people's feelings, and dealing with the, 8th house energy, which is always a little difficult, just because it can deal with, again, money, other people's money, debt, taxes, sex, transformation, those taboo topics that most people don't like to deal with. But, if you're in good energy and great things are happening, there's no need to be afraid of the eighth house energy. Like our ancestors said, death is only the beginning. When we go through hardships or transformational periods, then, we'll be stepping into the light, because, out of the darkness came the light, and vice versa. You can't have one without the other. So we got to appreciate the cycles that we're going through. I'm going to pull some Moonology Oracle decks, just to see or get a more personalized message from the moon. The only other major, well, I can't say only other, because all the planetary changes and alignments are major, but Saturn, the great planet of discipline, karma, work ethic, the restrictor planet, which could make things feel a little tight and restricted, has also been going through your 6th house, which is normally ruled by Virgo. 6th house deals with, excuse me, right on cue, health, health, fitness, the body, your work habits, things like that. Dealing with health, I know a lot of people have been sick recently. I mean, with all of these germs and things going around, I'm not even going to feed any negativity or energy into these so-called pandemics and things like that. But we've been going through it. So you may have been challenged to start a new health regimen, or, seek more discipline in your daily activities or daily routines, give up bad habits like smoking or drinking, all things, dealing with the health and the mind and spiritual ascension and detox. Those may have been things coming up with Saturn being in Aquarius in your 6th house. Mercury, again, lastly, is your ruling planet. So Mercury is going retrograde starting December the 22nd through January the 18th. So Mercury retrograde always asks us to pause, reflect, review on all the things that we may have learned, in the house that it has been going through, which again is the 5th house for you. And lining up with the relationships, marriage, and merging of assets and shared finances. 5th house deals with romance, love, affairs, play, creativity, your childlike spirit or children itself, joy, your self-expression, the way we have fun, the way we express ourselves and find peace and gratitude. So all of those things tied together. Mercury, again, is all about the mind. Mercury and Virgo, the mind and the body. Getting those things aligned by letting spirit work through us and guide the mind so that our body will function in its highest capacity. Since the full moon is all about illuminating darkness or bringing what was hidden in our deep subconscious, emotional, watery territories that the moon governs, bringing, light to those areas. Since the sun is directly opposite the moon, we're shedding light. So I'm also pulling a card from the Work Your Light Oracle deck. And then we're going to go over the cards that you got with the tarot and the moonology. Wow, so much synchronicity. So, first thing that came out, the two cards that came out with your tarot deck is 2 major arcana. So again, the energy of this week feels intense. And intense isn't a bad thing. It feels transformational. It feels like what Working the New Light says, birthing a new age. Birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. She's literally working with the stars and working with the heavens, working her magic by aligning, as they say, as above, so below. So the more you know your birth chart and can align with the frequencies and understand, where each placement is. If you're not familiar with your birth chart, the thumbnail on this video has the astrological alignment for where the stars will be during the full moon. So what you can do is go to like Cafe Astrology or any free site, put in your birthday, location, and time of birth, and it'll pull up the wheel for your zodiac and natal chart. Then you would screenshot the thumbnail from this video and put your natal chart alongside the moon's natal chart for this Wednesday, and just turn the full moon chart to the same aspect as your rising sign and compare, both signs there. So if your rising sign is Virgo, then you would, start the wheel for this coming full moon's astrological report where Virgo is, and you would just see where all the current planets would align with where your planets were when you were born during your birth chart. I probably made that sound a lot harder than it is, but it is easy. If you need some help, Google again Cafe Astrology. There's a lot of free sites you can go to, but these 2 cards right there are major. Again, it ties up with birthing a new age, the synchronicities. Bottom of the deck of the Work Your Light Oracle was Council of Light, also all about aligning with our higher self. It says divine orchestration, helpers in subtle realms, because we're always connected, of course, to our higher self, our ancestors, our way shower, our guides, to the planets. I mean, everything is connected. The World card, number 21 in most tarot decks, is all about, again, a brand new age. It's the last card in the major arcana. So we've gone from the Fool, starting a new cycle, all the way to the end with Awakening, which would be the Hangman, number 12. So that's deep that it's 21 and 12. I know my girl will love those numbers. Those are some of her favorite numbers right there. So Awakening is all about getting a fresh perspective, on a subject matter. Awakening is usually when, the divine has again sat you down for a moment. Divine orchestration has sat you down for a moment to get you to pause and reflect. The card itself says a temporary pause for reflection and insight, an awakening where you see things in a whole new light. Council of Light. Helpers in subtle realms. It says embrace your own uniqueness. Charitable actions. So maybe you're receiving something like of a charitable nature. I mean, again, 10th house and ninth house energy could be bringing you again a new job, a new mentor, a brand new way of being. And that's guaranteed with the world card. It's all about what you want to align. And we know it's happening fast because on the bottom of the deck or the cut, it is the Knight of Passion or the Knight of Fire, the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands comes in fast, passionate, abrupt. Excuse me, I'm getting over a cold again. It says passionate, confident, charismatic, restless sometimes. Events requiring immediate action. Trust your instincts. Stay focused. A passionate relationship. So again, with all that energy with the eclipses and Jupiter going through your ninth and seventh and eighth houses of relationships, shared resources. I mean, a passionate relationship could be something that you all are either ending or starting right now. With the world, it's all about new beginnings and endings. You also have the Strength and deck underneath. That was the Empress card. So it's deep because you got 4 major arcanas right here this week. Anytime you have a lot of major arcanas, it shows a lot of positive energy, a lot of transformational energy. Strength is all about using our personal power and our confidence to bring about what we desire and manifest our goals by being kind but also strong, setting boundaries. It says compassion that brings about forgiveness, realizing that you're stronger than you knew, personal power and assertiveness portrayed with again kindness and compassion. The Empress is, the mother of the tarot. It is the number 3 card, which again 12 and 21 equal up to when you do it in simplest factor or reduce it to the single digit. Synchronicities galore here. The Empress is all about birthing new ideas into action. It's all about manifestation. It starts with the Fool card, starting brand new. The next card is the Magician, where you learn that you are the alchemist. You are the magician of your life, able to wield all the elements of fire, earth, air, and water to manifest what your spirit births and creates. It's all about creation. It says, time to take action. Give birth to your dreams. Creative projects will be very successful. Abundance and prosperity. Ashe. I just got a good feeling for you guys, Virgo. This week, I think, is going to be great. I say claim it. And then the Moonology deck, when I look down, it says go wild. Full moon in Leo. Leo is another fire energy. It is the quick starter. I mean, Leos can Leos have a reputation of desiring attention, and frankly Virgos do as well. Virgos um command attention. They have a center for detail. Virgos are known for being a little nitpicky. They don't like things out of order. They can notice the smallest detail. It could be a lot of great things going on. They're going to notice the one flaw because they are perfectionists. And, it's not always a bad thing to be a perfectionist. That means that normally you get things done and you get them done in above satisfactory levels. But it says go wild. Leo, the sun is the ruler of Leo. The sun is about our ego. The lion, you know, Lionsgate is during Leo season. It's all about using the power of of our solar chakra, our solar plexus, where all of our, chi and divine energy is willed and yielded like a sword. It's the action, It's the action like Mars energy. So go wild, have fun. And the other card that came out with it is go for it. New moon in Aries. So that's what I said, the sun. So this is two fire signs asking you to again be passionate, be fired up, be confident, knowing that whatever you want, you can get because you have the divine on your side. Underneath the divine council of light was the priestess card. Again, knowing that your intuition will never fail you. It's only when we let our ego, you know, get in the way and we allow fears, overthinking, which Virgos and Gemini, all, we're both ruled by Mercury. Mercury can be a bit of an overthinker, the planet of communication, thought, you know. It says, how are you being called to step up and lead? And what's funny is right before this video, I did the Gemini video and they got something similar from the Moonology deck where it said step up and lead. So it's basically saying Mercury right now, the energy of the twins and the energy of great health, the Virgo, the Virgin, which is like a priestess. The Virgin is the Empress. She is the mother of this. The, excuse me, the mother of the zodiac. Underneath that is the transformation card, which this card is like Ma'at and Ma'at and Aset, Isis, the great mother. So again, more synchronicity. I think it's time for the Virgos to step into their feminine power. The feminine energy is all about creation, tapping into our intuitive, higher chakra energies of our heart, higher heart, our throat, our third eye, and our crown. Birthing a new age. That is the maternal energy, the feminine energy. On the bottom of the deck of the Moonology, I just noticed, was the Virgo card. It says, you are good enough. Full moon in Virgo. So you got your own energy out here leading the way. You got 4 major arcana deck. 4 major arcana cards showing you that the divine is with you. The awakening card, again, in most tarot decks, is the hangman card, where the divine has literally sat you down for a moment to make you look at things from a new perspective. Sometimes your world can feel like it's been turned upside down, especially when you got energy going through the 8th house, like I said. The eclipses this year have been hectic. The eclipse cycle of Taurus and Scorpio started in November of last year. So many of us have been seeing, some emotional upheavals in those houses that the eclipses have been going through. For me, it was, again, my 8th house. You is your 9th and your 3rd. So it's asking you to, again, use the power of the moon to gain more emotional control of your 3rd and 9th houses, dealing with the higher mind, higher thinking, education, wisdom, philosophy, religion, work ethics, communication, how you talk to people, how you let people talk to you. All these things go together. And to end this out, because to me, even though the sun card isn't out there, when you got the world and you got the awakening letting you know you got the divine on your side, when you have the Empress card showing up, the strength card showing up, reminding you that you are powerful, that you can tame the lion that is within you. It don't really get much better than that. I'm going to end it though with a soul truth question. 'Cause I'm asking everybody to use this moon energy to, deep dive within, especially with Mercury about to go retrograde starting December 22nd, right after the winter solstice. The winter solstice, our ancestors knew, with the lack of sun in the northern hemisphere, this is our most vulnerable time. We get our energy and power and strength from the sun. So if the sun isn't out, isn't shining, most of the day, and we're, in darkness, faced with our own eternal waters represented by the moon, this is the time to go in and become more in control, more aligned with the power of our hearts and our moon. Ask yourself, what is my body telling me right now? Again, Virgo rules the body. It rules health and, your daily routines and habits pertaining work and your body. It says, ask yourself, our body speaks to us. Through physical pain or discomfort, our body sends messages to us to look more deeply. See the trapped emotions, the lurking fears and beliefs that limit you. Listen to your physical body and you will be led to the source of your pain. It's time to get your healing on. It's time to get your healing on, Virgo. Today's soul action is get the book Heal Your Body by Louise L. Hay and find the answers toward which your body is guiding you. Okay, so I've never pulled this card in this deck for them to say get the book, but you can look up Louise Hay. I am familiar with her. Listen to some videos on YouTube. If you feel inclined, go ahead and get the book Heal Your Body. It can't hurt. And learn about how you can use your body to help you grow and ascend. Maybe you might want to go through a detox, maybe start a new exercise regimen. Listen to your intuition. Last, since you got two cards from the Soul Truth, is also ask yourself this week, what if it isn't true? What if it isn't true? It says, the thing you are telling yourself right now, the concrete reasons why you think you don't belong or you can't do it, you won't get there, you're not enough, or it's not for you. What if it wasn't true? Synchronicity again, full moon in Virgo. You are enough. So don't tell yourself you're not enough. It says it's time for a soul chat. Close your eyes, put your hands on your heart, and ask the wise one within you, what if it isn't true? What else might be possible? Journal your answers. What lie do I need to let go to reach my soul's truth? Ashe. That's a beautiful question. And journaling can be an excellent way to rid yourself of any unwanted feelings, emotions. The feelings and emotions that we hold in or suppress are what ultimately make us sick. And the shadow self is born out of the things that we deny. The sadness, the fear, the doubts, the insecurities, the things that we just bury and pretend aren't there, end up growing bigger. Like they all say, what you resist persists. So it's time to go for it. It's time to go wild. It's time to birth a new age. It is time for transformation. It's time for the Empress, the divine feminine within you to grow. And it's time to use the strength within you to tame the beast within you. Because our demons aren't necessarily bad, especially if they're tamed. You can use your demon to fight for you. Imagine if you had a lion fighting with you instead of trying to bite you. So again, the world, the universe, the divine is on your side. It says a brilliant success, a time of joyful accomplishment and spiritual enlightenment, freedom to do whatever you want. Be proud of yourself, Virgo. This full moon is lighting up your 10th house of career, your future, fame, and fortune, how the world views you. So use this energy for your benefit. and enjoy. Stay woke. I'm going to get some tea and heal myself with that Virgo energy. I hope you enjoy. Stay blessed, stay positive, stay in control. Peace.